welcome to another Purveyor of Light Photoshop quick tip. Today I'm just been home relaxing, uh, you know, doing some odds and ends around the house, and I wound up cleaning out one of my closets and found old shoe boxes of photos, and I've been going through them, and I came across this photo here. It's in pretty bad shape, but this was a shot back when I was a much younger man. Um, and I remember this as my first trip to Morocco, Casablanca to be exact. And this was my first love of my youth. And I remembered this photo, and so I thought, gee, this would be a great video. So, well, let's see what we can do with this photo. The first thing I need to do is I need to come honest with you. That was a made-up story because this is the actual photo. Okay, so pretty good. We've taken a photo and we've turned it into an antique, withering one, and made an interesting story to go with it. And so I says, why not have a little bit of fun today and do a project like this? Okay, so to get started, I am going to get rid of all that work and throw it in the trash. All right, so now we're just starting with the base layer, and we're going to do a work on it and see if we can come up with a good creation. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to convert this to a black and white, but I want to do it out of the normal ways I do black and whites. I'm going to do it a little different today. We're going to use the channel mixer. Okay, so if you come down through here, you'll see this 3 dots in the wheels. If you don't have your adjustment panel open, then come down here, all right, and select channel mixer. So we're going to bring a channel mixer in, and what we're going to do is we're going to check the monochrome box right here. And there we are. All right, so we've converted it to black and white. Now, we have the red, green, and blue channels. All right, now they're going to work differently in the channel mixer than you're used to. Okay, we're only going to be dealing with the red and the blue channel, so disregard the green completely. And with the red and the blue, we're going to control brightness and contrast. So if I move the red, you could see I'm changing the brightness. All right. And if I choose the blue, you could see I'm actually changing the contrast of the images across. So I'm going to manipulate the photo till I like it. Okay, and going back and forth a few times with the red and the blue channels to get the contrast that I wish. When I'm happy with that, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and close up the channel mixer, and we will go on to our next step. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to age the photo a little bit, right? And so to do that, we're going to use the levels adjustment. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to do a levels adjustment. Now, through the levels adjustment, you'll notice that we have an output slider at the bottom, all right? We're going to slide the black slider here to the right to give it a slightly faded look. Don't go too far, but then I'm going to take the white slider and I'm going to bring it in a little bit. Okay? So, we go there. There's our before, and now at the levels we have faded it and matted the photo to give it that weathering look. Okay, so we're slowly degrading the photo and making that aged appearance. All right, so now our next step is the area of focus, right? We always want to control the area of focus, and to do that we're going to do a vignette, and we're going to use a solid black adjustment. So we're going to come down to our thing and we're going to select solid color, and then I want you to make sure you select the black, which is 000, and then hit OK. And so now we have a black adjustment layer laying on top of our picture. Now you could just double click anywhere on the blank area of the layer, and that's going to open up the layer style dialog box for us. All right, and then I want you to open and select the gradient overlay. Okay, and with that, I want you to make sure you're on radial. Okay, not linear. All right, so make sure you're on radial. And for now, we'll do 100% opacity, and we want to make sure that it's where our subject is going to be. So we're doing this approximately, right, for now. We can always come back and make adjustments as we needed. I'm just going to drag it down to where I believe that girl is. All right, and put it there. Okay, and now I'm going to change the opacity, and I'm going to drop the opacity down. I'm going to drop the opacity down to maybe about 40%. Let's look, about 42 will be fine. All right, and now I hit OK. And so now we have our thing. Now we need to change the blend mode of that layer, and we're going to change it to screen. Okay, and now I'll turn that on and off so you can see what it does. All right, there's the before, and there's the after. You notice how it's giving that effect just in the area we wish. Okay, so now we're going to turn around and put some details on. Now, don't worry about any of the details here. I'm going to go ahead and post the links so that you can download all of these files, and you can go ahead and use them for yourself and play around with your own photos. I have one file here for scratches. Okay, it's nothing more than a black and white thing where I put scratches on. All right. That's all it is. It's nothing fancy or anything else like this, but using blend modes, okay, we're going to be able to make a nice effect where we're going to put some aging, some scratches in the photograph to make it look older. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to drag that up into the photo and drop it down into the photo. All right. So now that we have that in our folder, we have to then resize it, transform it, and move it so it fits this photo. So in order to do that, I am going to Command or Control T, and now I'm going to use the hover over the corner, any corner you want, until it turns to the curve bars. Then I'm just going to rotate the photo so it's in thing, and there we go. Now I'm going to drag it up into the corner here, and I'm going to come out. All right, and so that's good. I'm going to hit enter. And now I'm going to change the blend mode of this to screen. Okay. So now I'm just going to zoom in so you can see what's happening here. Okay. There's without the scratching and detail. And there it is with. Okay. So again, attention to detail. That's what we're looking for because we're artificially aging the photo. All right. So if I want, I could use a different type of scratches. We'll go ahead and bring that in, see if that looks good. We'll do that. Come in, drop it on the thing. And now we'll Command or Control T to transform. Go to a corner, rotate it, and then drag it into position. And just pull it out so it fits your photo nicely. And hit enter. And again, we're going to change the blend mode to screen. And you decide if you like the effect or you don't like the effect. Okay. If you find it too strong, you can always select that and then just change the opacity down. Okay. To make the effect not as strong. It's completely up to you. It's your taste. It's your photo. Okay. All right. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to age it, right? Because what happens when things, photographs especially, they start to age with color. Okay, they become like a rust or an orange a lot of times because of the chemicals in the paper. So here I've got a paper thing that I've made, and we're gonna just take that and put that into our photo. So we're gonna click and drag and drop it in. And again, we're gonna do the exact same routine. Command and Control T. All right, and we're gonna just bring our image in, and I'm going to just zoom out here so I got it, and enter there, and I think that's looking pretty good. And so now we need to go to that layer, and we need to change the blend mode to that to multiply, and there we are. All right, now you tell me, does this not look like an old photograph that's taken 100 years ago? Does to me. And there you go. So that's how you can age a photo and make that effect. And you'll be surprised. You could take a photo and age it like this, print it out, put it on a wall, and you got a story to go with it. And that's what photographs are all about. It's about telling a story, even if it isn't true. It's always fun. And so there we go. There's my Casablanca aged photograph ready to go. And to see the before and after, I'll just turn around and highlight all the layers and put it in a group. And now I'll just turn that group on and off. There's the before. Okay, modern day photo. And now we've turned it into that aged photo. And again, when you look at the details of it, you go, that's pretty impressive. So there you go. And then again, the modern photo, and now the aged photo with the story. So there you go. So go ahead. Like I said, I'm going to put the links in the description down below for all of these files. Okay, so you could download the original image, and the scratch papers I have, and then the parchment paper I have, and you can go ahead and use them in your own photos and have a lot of fun. Okay, till next week, you guys take care.